how can a young person engage in democracy? Um, First of all, is being active in the spaces that are already there in the community, like people spaces. And if those spaces are not there, then these young people can come together and create these spaces. This could be through community-based organizations. It could be through sports teams. Those are democratic spaces. What wakikutana kucheza, they are not just playing football or playing volleyball. You end up talking about things that you go through in your life, and use those spaces as spaces to talk about how to engage in political processes. So, for example, if we meet at the Jabba base, we talk about. So, did you hear, when is the public participation? What is it about? Have you gotten access to that document? Inasema aje? Such things. And when there are interventions in the community, then people are like the catalysts, like the people on the front line, to go to these relevant state offices to seek for these interventions. So there's a myriad of ways that young people can engage in public, even in that social media platform. These days, people do Twitter Spaces, people do TikTok clips talking about issues that affect people. People do Facebook Live, Instagram Live. Before, I can't remember if it was the conference of parties, the 26th or the 27th one, people were doing Instagram takeovers. An organization gives you their Instagram account, you talk about how the climate crisis affects you and what you want to be addressed at the conference of parties. So young people should use every spaces that you find yourself in. If it is in school, base, club, wherever, everywhere, you use it as a space to spark conversations and actions to participate in democratic processes. Yes.
Okay. Yes, sorry, how democracy kwanza utasema what is ecological justice ndio elewe, alafu how how democracy in affect ecological justice in a way.
How the shortcomings in democracy, yes. Okay. So ecological justice is from ecology, justice for the ecosystem, justice for the ecological system.
For the viewer. Yeah, for the viewer.
But now the ecological justice that I'm talking about is a collective of diverse community groups. We reclaim, transform, and rehabilitate public spaces. So why are democratic processes important for ecological justice, and how are the shortcomings impacting us as a collective? Democratic processes have a lot to do with ecological justice, because the things we talk about we mean in ecological justice are right to a clean and safe environment, right to water, right to food, right to housing, right to healthcare, and things like that. Right for people to access natural resources, and for the state to use natural resources and ecosystems sustainably, so that you are able to ensure that the generations are coming, we are transferring a planet that is sustainable to them. So democratic processes are important because the thing I was talking about, people using spaces. If we have spaces like this where we are sitting, we have green public spaces, we can do our public participation sessions here. We can do our talks, conversations as young people, as citizens, of what affects us in these spaces. So when democratic spaces are squeezed, that is one of the ways in which democratic spaces are squeezed. When public spaces are grabbed, it means there is no space for you to converge and have a conversation. So having public recreational spaces is also a way of ensuring that democracy is strengthened and it is vibrant.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Una solution in the line of that.
Imeisha.
Analog like Asante sana.